on my way into my job. So, you know, I did that video last night. Iraqi parliament votes, I don't know if it was unanimous or just massively, whatever. They voted in favor of, hey, America, thanks, but we don't want your troops here anymore. Get out. Now, that's interesting because I read later that night from some tweets, and of course everybody quoting Donald Trump. Now here's where realist news, me, is realist news. Where I show you left, right, Democrat, Republican, I don't care. I only report what needs to be reported, what I feel is important. And even if it's about something that I've always agreed with, and there's something bad about that thing, well, you know, gotta do a video on it, sorry, you know. So this may be one of those. So I said yesterday, they voted to kick us out. At that point, a country says, we don't want you here anymore. We never had the right to go there in the first place, which was in either 2003 or 4. And I do want you to remember General Wesley Clark, I believe was his name. 7 years and 7 wars. And he gave that famous speech on that show called Democracy Now! Amy Goodman or whatever her name is. And he says, you know, it was right around 9/11, this, you know, soldier or a lieutenant, you know, not really a soldier, but somebody with ranking. General, come here in my office. Wait, I can't, I'm really busy. No, you got to come in here. Okay, what's up? He says, you know, we're going to Iraq. Iraq? What? What the hell are we going to Iraq for? It's all been long. He goes, it beats the hell out of me. I have no idea. He goes, but I've learned we're going to 7 other countries. We're going to go into Lebanon. We're going to go into Syria, and we're going to finalize that into Iran. Final country was Iran. Interesting. So, as you've seen, we've been stuck over there. We went into a few of these countries, or had something to do with them, you know, little skirmish here, little skirmish there, not necessarily invading the country. But Iraq, on the other hand, we set up shop in Iraq, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I seem to remember doing a video years ago that either the biggest embassy we've ever created or the biggest military base on foreign lands we've ever created, it was one or the other, was in Iraq. So I've decided, well, let me go do a research last night, because I'd already heard this last night. I figured, I'll just do a video on the way into work, you know. So, were we ever, like, invited to stay in Iraq? And I found, yeah, there was a little agreement. Yeah, they had a temporary parliament that was then dissolved, and a new parliament, like a real parliament, came in. We had this agreement, and our ambassador at the time, I wish I could remember his name right now because I saw it last night in the Wikipedia article. Oh, man. But the ambassador, I believe it was the ambassador, ours, to them, said, yeah, we had this agreement with them, and we had said, yeah, anytime you want us to leave, basically, you know, we'll leave, and blah, 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 but for now, we're staying, and we're going to help, and this, and we're going to help rebuild Iraq, we're going to rebuild all the stuff, and da-da-da-da-da. And then the Wikipedia article went into how we kind of started rebuilding Iraq, but then some things happened, we had to kind of like stall and slow down. Wasn't so much rebuilding anymore, so to speak. Let me back up a bit, because the sun's just right there. And if I put my sun visor down, it's going to block my face from the camera, so I'll just sit up a little bit more. So anyways, I said, okay, interesting. And I'm like, when was that thing built? When was that either embassy or the military base? And I was looking for a military base. I couldn't find when that was built, but we do have several within Iraq from what I understand. But at any rate, this just boils down to, and I used to use this example years ago when I would really talk about this stuff. I would use this example, and I remember it clearly. You know, I'll use it again. Imagine the police knocking on your door with basically without a warrant. Hey, we're chasing a bad guy through your neighborhood. We think he's in your house. You say, I know he's not my house. All my doors are locked. All my windows are locked. I've got an alarm that as soon as anything opens, it goes beep, 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 beep. Ain't nobody in here. My kids are in their beds. I'm here. Like, I was in the living room. No one could have got in. Well, you know, we think he's in here, so we're coming in. Without a warrant. Okay. You guys search around. You see him? No, but he's got to be here somewhere. We're going to go ahead and set up shop in your third bedroom. We see you're not using that one right now. We're going to set up shop there, a little temporary command center. Temporary command center. And we'll be out of your hair in no time. Okay, and they're bringing in equipment, high dollar equipment, and surveillance stuff, and all that. Whoa, you're just looking for one dude? You know, Osama bin Laden. You're looking for one dude? Weeks go by, months go by, years go by. Hey, guys, you're kind of living in my house now. You know what? You didn't find him. It's been years from now, from the time you got in here, which is beyond ridiculous. You've taken over my room. You've added stuff to my house. You've brought in equipment. You got stuff like that's in my room now that I'll never be able to remove out of here. I've had enough. Get out of my house. Get out of my house right now. I'm done. Immediately get out of my house. Well, I'm going to give you the Donald Trump response, okay? Well, we brought a lot of really expensive equipment in this room over the years. I mean, billions of dollars. We're not leaving here unless you pay us back for this equipment. Pardon me? Yeah, we're not leaving until you pay us back for all this equipment. But that's your equipment that you guys brought on my property. I never asked for it. So just take it with you. No, it can't really be taken out once we install it. So that was the response Donald Trump gave Iraq, or as that one model, what was it, the Miss America thing, the Iraq. That was the response that Donald Trump gave to the Iraq. Oh, what a bimbo. So now what? You have a sovereign country, regardless of what's happening, and I hate to say this, in that part of the world, and we know what Iran's up to, and they've gotten to the people of Iraq, they've lied to them, we know they're lying, they somehow got their parliament to pass this resolution, this law real quick on us to get out. We know it's fraud because, but it's a sovereign country that you have absolutely no right to be in. Was this a tit for tat by the Democrat deep state right now, our deep state, that says, oh, we know he's not going to be able to leave. We know his generals will tell him that we can't leave. He's not going to leave. We can come up with another article of impeachment for him deciding solely, as he said on Twitter, he's deciding we're not leaving. And we're saying we need to leave. You know, all the Democrats, we need to leave. What are you talking about, Mr. President? We need to leave. That's a sovereign country. They said leave, we have to leave. And he's going to say, no, we can't. We got to stay. Another article of impeachment. Let's go after him again. Which is exactly what Q said they would probably try to do. Another article after another article after another article. They'll just keep making up stuff, finding stuff. This isn't made up stuff, though, this one. This would not be made up. This would be actually legit. Well, a legit reason. Is that a reason enough, though, to impeach the guy? Is that a high misdemeanor and crime? You know, high crimes and misdemeanors or whatever. Because he's going to argue, well, our troops have been attacked. We've got assets all over the world. We've got to protect our assets. I can't just, we can't not protect our assets and our allies. He'll have to use that old spiel. But at the same time, that is a sovereign country who said leave. Sir, you've been in my house for years. Over a decade. 2004, 2014 is a decade. Plus another 5 years, 2019. We're in 2020. Sir, you've been here nearly 16 years now. In my house, bringing up all this equipment. You had to fortify the damn house, the beams in my house because they weren't strong enough to hold. Like, you put more money in my third bedroom than the whole house was worth. I need you to leave now. All right, we'll leave, but here's the bill. Here's a $2.5 billion bill. Sir, my house worth $250,000. Yeah, we can't really leave. The only thing I can say here, I still have massive faith in our president. Is it possible he, again, knows things you and I don't know and understands right now we cannot leave there for XYZ reason? And he cannot even come out and say XYZ reason. You might say, okay, well, let's go there. Yeah, okay, it's an extremely important reason. But again, whatever the reason is for one country, I'm going to have to say this. No matter how bad country A wants to be there and gives, and behind the scenes secretly, top secret, oh my God, that's a real good reason to stay. It does not and cannot ever trump another country's sovereign rights to say, you've been here long enough, leave. We've been allies basically now. We don't want you here anymore. No matter what, again, no matter what's happening across the world. This is not somebody in our country. This is us and somebody else's country. For 16 years now, and it didn't look like it's letting up anytime soon, did it? You got Osama bin Laden, you killed Saddam Hussein, and the deep state did all this. And now he's trying to clean up the mess. But I don't see how you're cleaning up the mess telling a sovereign country that was our ally, and we had agreements, yep, we agreed, and again, they're going to go back to the old ambassador from, 2004, 5, 6, whatever year it was that I read this, on the Wikipedia thing, where he said, hey, yeah, we have an agreement, and whenever they want us to leave, we'll go ahead and go. And maybe that was the pro-friendly government of Iraq that said that at the time, and now there's a non-so-friendly government of Iraq saying, no, the government's changed, we voted for a new parliament. They, a couple years ago, they've been in power. They want you out, just like us. No matter who's in charge of our government, including the deep state, which have been the whole time. They're passing these stupid laws. They're making life worse for all of us. Oh, but we voted for them, so they say. And even if the votes were rigged, and they were, what if the votes were rigged in Iraq? Donald Trump knows they were rigged in Iraq. Donald Trump knows these people should have been in power to then vote us out. It doesn't matter, because those people are in charge. Just like our criminal deep state was in charge of us, and we were told, yep, you got to keep doing these things. We're going to chip away at those rights, chip away at these rights. Donald Trump came in, and he's working on fixing everything. And on that front, he's doing an epic job. But telling another country, we're staying unless you pay us for the stuff we brought in here, built ourselves, wanted ourselves, you had nothing to do with it. That's a tough one. I'm at work. Take care.